For those who don't know, I did used to intern at ESPN. I got to know Skip a little bit. I don't like gassing it, right? Like, I didn't personally know Skip. I have a couple of personal stories with Skip Bayless that I do share on my platform from time to time. Okay. When I got to ESPN, I was an intern for SportsCenter, right? My job was to make highlights for SportsCenter, which is one of the coolest jobs in the world, right? Like, I make this highlight and it's seen all around the world. How dope is that, right? All these bars, these houses around the world get to see something that I put together. Like, I actually had to make the highlight for it, especially on like college football Saturdays. You know, the world is watching. That was so dope. So that was my job. But because I'm the guy that's going to always ask, and you're going to have to force me into not doing something, you're going to have to tell me no. I'm going to ask. I'm going to try to be as involved as possible. I ended up asking, could I be a part of a couple other shows that was there at the time. His and Hers, that was with Jamel and Michael Smith. I ended up interning for those guys for like 3 or 4 weeks. And another show, to a lesser degree, I was able to intern for First Take. My brother, the producer, the head producer of the show, his name's Antoine. Great brother. He allowed me the opportunity to shadow Stephen A. Smith. He knew I wanted to be a journalist. He let me shadow Stephen A. And I'll tell you guys like this. What ended up happening is, Stephen A. at the time, he's not as much now, but he was on the road as an NBA reporter. Again, this is before ESPN got Woj and made the changes. At the time, Stephen A. was doing double duty. He was on First Take every morning, but then he was still on the road covering NBA games. Now, over the last few years, ESPN has made Stephen A. one of their highest paid employees, definitely probably their highest paid talent. And he's not doing as much work on the road with ESPN from a remote standpoint. He's doing mostly First Take and hosting some sports centers and stuff like that. So with that being said, I wanted to shadow Stephen A. because I want to be a reporter. I've always wanted to be a reporter. What ended up happening is Stephen A. was out of office so much, I ended up getting to know Skip Bayless more. Meaning Stephen A. was still on First Take, but he wasn't shooting from Bristol, Connecticut, where ESPN, the main headquarters, is located. He would be on the TV screen, which, again, I'm a real human being. I wasn't talking to Stephen A. the days that he was on, from a remote location. Just somebody you saw not in the studio at First Take. So I ended up getting to know Skip. And on my last day of my internship, I actually caught it. Skip Bayless was in the bathroom getting ready to go on First Take. He was doing his makeup. And Skip looked at me in the bathroom, never forget it, and told me, yo, he said, I see something in you. I don't think you're supposed to be here. He told me, I've seen guys get stuck here all the time, and you don't seem like one of those guys that's going to get stuck here. You should go after your dreams. Go be a reporter. You're supposed to be on camera. That's what Skip told me. I'm not lying. I'm a man of my word. If I'm lying, I'm dying. All right? That's what Skip told me. And I used him and other people's advice. And I left ESPN and I haven't been back. I went and did my own thing. I feel better about falling flat on my face if I do at this point in my life, because I know the opportunities at ESPN are still available to me, still available to this day. And little did I know, in the next year, Skip Bayless left ESPN, right? Like, he ended up leaving and going to Fox, FS1. I didn't know that at the time. I had no idea that he was going to literally tell me, not just say some advice, but he actually was living it. So I just want to paint that picture for you guys. I have the utmost respect for Skip Bayless because of that conversation. I actually had, talks with the brother personally. But I got to be real. A lot of what I see Skip do, especially over the last few years with LeBron James, I think it's corny. Skip Bayless has branded himself off the backs of the Dallas Cowboys, Terrell Owens, Tim Tebow, Tom Brady, a couple other athletes, but definitely more than anyone else off the back of LeBron James. This debate style television that Skip and Stephen A. kind of ushered in now, which we see guys like Max Kellerman, Shannon Sharp, and so many other people have debate style television shows nowadays. It's kind of repetitive and redundant. So many shows on television right now. This type of television we've seen at its pinnacle. What we've seen a lot of these personalities do is they've tied themselves to an athlete, meaning either you love or hate. You can't be, in my opinion, we've lost a lot of credibility and a lot of unbiased perspective, because if my guy's LeBron James, no matter if he was bad from the field or good or great, I got to tell everybody he was great because he's my guy. If LeBron was great from the field, if I hate LeBron, if my narrative on the show is I got to always come up with something against LeBron, no matter if he's great, I'm going to say he was bad. I'm a nitpick. I can't be unbiased because I'm a personality. Let's not forget what's that core definition of the word personality. That's what these gentlemen are. Not reporters, not journalists. They're media personalities. And I think Skip, especially since he's went to FS1, I think a lot of what he's been doing is reaching. LeBron James, in my estimation, has exceeded every expectation that anyone could have had for the man that was the chosen one coming out of high school. Do I believe LeBron has added expectations and pressure to himself? Absolutely. Some, like calling himself the GOAT, telling people he was chasing the ghosts in Chicago. I think that's ridiculous, right? I do. But overall, I mean, this dude LeBron has been a model citizen. Ain't no trials, scandals, none of that tied to his name. The most people criticize the man for is opting to take his talent to South Beach. That's it. You know, LeBron has been a model citizen. It looks like a model family man. The man has been great, and still in year 17, still incredible. And LeBron, and the greater LeBron gets, the more I think Skip reaches. Are there times where I think Skip makes a valid point about LeBron and his legacy? Every now and then. But for the most part, a lot of what Skip says, I don't deem it credible. Because I know no matter what, him or Shannon Sharp, both of them, by the way, in opposite directions, if you're going to ride with your guy, right or wrong, to me, you're not a media personality. You're a friend. Like, that's what I tell my friends. I'm riding with you, right or wrong. Well, I don't go on camera and critique my friends for a living. If that were the case, then you probably should remove me from that seat because I'm biased. I have a stake in this fight. I got a horse in this fight. And that's what I think about Skip. I'm going to tell you guys something that a lot of people have not noticed over the last 2 years. This is important. Over the last couple of years of Undisputed, with the state of our country becoming, to me, decreasingly progressive, it seems like we're going backwards, especially since Trump has been in office. I'm just be real with you. Shannon Sharp's voice has gotten louder for the black community. He's an intelligent brother who, to me, when he talks, he speaks, for the most part, about social issues. He speaks with passion, with intelligence, with thought-provoking conversation thoughts, right? And he has become, in a lot of people's minds, the star of Undisputed. When that show started, that show was created off the back of Skip Bayless. I remember being at breakfast with Stephen A. Smith one morning at ESPN. He told me, he didn't know my name. He used to call me Antoine. He didn't know my name. My name is not Antoine. My name is Alfred. He used to say, Antoine. I was just fine that Stephen A. was talking to me at all. I was doing breakfast with Stephen A. He'd say, Antoine, the only reason why I'm here at First Take is because of my man Skip Bayless. Stephen A. used to tell me that out of his mouth. He's like, if not for Skip, I wouldn't be here. Stephen A.'s words, right? And that means Skip has created 2 popular shows. Now, to the best of my knowledge, First Take is still beating Undisputed in the ratings because ESPN is just so much bigger a network than FS1 is, right? But with that being said, Skip has been a part of 2 successful products, and we can't understate that. But over the last couple of years, Shannon Sharp, to me, has socially, with all the drink, the smoke, the cigar, the podium, the gold mask and all that, he has become the social media star of that show. He has become the clickbait, the guy that has he gets the clicks going on the internet. He makes all the viral memes and all that stuff. And Skip still does his LeBron gimmick, his Brady gimmick, right? And with that transition, and with Shannon being so important in the conversation about social issues, what a lot of people have not seen is LeBron has actually become a fan of the show. Now, when Skip was on First Take with Stephen A. Smith, I'm pretty sure LeBron didn't watch First Take, or at least he said he didn't watch it. I think that's what it was. Don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure LeBron looked at Skip as a hater. But I think this has thrown Skip all the way off. With his show, Undisputed, LeBron watches it. You'll every now and then look on LeBron's social media. You'll see LeBron repost or share a clip from Shannon Sharp. Now, you never see Skip Bayless in the shot of these things that LeBron reposts. So he's letting it be known that I still don't like Skip, but I still like the product. And you can't just dislike me, but watch a product that I'm one half of, right? So I think that's thrown Skip for a loop, because I don't believe LeBron at this point in his career hates Skip. I believe he uses him as motivation. He knows he's got a stick, a gimmick to draw ratings, and LeBron's the biggest draw in ratings in the history of television. For sports. Facts. I believe that this has thrown Skip all the way off. That, this guy that I've hated and I've crapped on his entire career, and I've made money off of his man's back, of his talent. All I do is get on camera and critique it and say he's not great enough. This man now watches my product after all that. He doesn't hate me. He reposts my product. He shows Shannon. He talks to Shannon. He's cool with Shannon, and Shannon does have a relationship with LeBron James people. I think that throws Skip for the loop. And to me, what that means is, especially if LeBron's able to win a 4th ring with the Lakers, to me, that's the beginning of the end of Skip. It's the beginning of the end. And again, I have respect for that man, but the gimmick is fading. LeBron doesn't hate him. If LeBron doesn't hate you, the gimmick of the show is destroyed. If the gimmick of the show is destroyed, then what fabric do you really have to fall back on?
It's my one life, and I give it everything I got. I am music. I am sports. I am the culture.